sickness in the worst way. Wear a mask but no guarantees. Actually, the first time the news scaring me.
My life in the sunshine.
Welcome, Straight Up Podcast. This is the pre-show. We're just doing a mix, get everybody in the room. Shout out to everybody out there. Straight Up Podcast starting at 2 p.m. We're sitting here doing a quick mix. Let's get it. What up, Rick?
What's going on? It was going to go away in April. You said I said it's going away, and it is going away.
Dirty old man.
63rd day, I'm on my third J. This was always coming with the word say. I ain't seen my mama since Thursday. Crazy viral videos of sneezes with the germ spray. They got a lot of nerve, hey. Turn the Constitution into wordplay. We've been prostituted since the first day. Now we predisposed to get the sickness in the worst way. Wear a mask but no guarantees. Actually, the first time the news scaring me. Not the scorekeeping but the loss treatment. Pretty certain that I'm going back to therapy. No more Instagram vanity. And this music is preserving all our sanity. Every religion told us that this time was meant to be. What happens?
What up, DJ Rec?
The pillar and the walls crumble. Words with fringe, JB hit my line and my score double. God body, that's some more trouble. And when we huddle, we pass around the plate cause our sauce tumble. The stakes bubble like a late fumble. And I'm trading in a major way like the Yays bumble. That DOM shit ain't no punko. Set off some 203s and get you done, folk. I was chubby in the race and I run slow, but I'm hunched low with the cold and it's dumb snow where I eat. People know my name, I'm not there to meet, I'm there to peep. They breed in groups and there to speak like parakeets. I seen a shepherd raise a leper who would rarely reach. This ain't the reverend's preach, he the coach, he rarely sleep. I spent long days calling plays in hallways. Hugs for your thugs, win and lose between ball games. Teach small games, they in class misspelling ball names. Dodge the traffic, log to log like the fraud game. I'm allergic to the fame like a dog's mane. You could have it all and see the world still be bourdained. No disrespect, but everyday little boys hang a little at a time. They end up pain and can't endure pain. What's above you? What's tugging on your puppet strings? And I ain't pious so relying on them other things. My writing bigger top to bottom like memes. My tribe is a team that's grounded but still bothered with dreams. Pace the floor like Dick Versace in 88. The kick and bass was placed to make invertebrates revolutionary. Paulo Freire, part Mary Francis Berry, part scary with bars that's part legendary. So what you got for me? Play it straight or in the box like the lottery. Pro Tools are logically wavier, synthesizers, hippocampus, hypnotizer. Ride, get the people open like a nebulizer.
Sitting in the crib dreaming about little jets and coops. The way salt shoots and how they sell records like Snoop. I'm interrupted by a doorbell. 352. Who the
DJ
hell is this?
Wide Body.
Cops my shit. Stop the dogs from barking. Then proceed to walk on. It's a face that I seen before. My nigga sing, he used to sling on the 16th floor. Check it. I look deeper. I see blood up on his sneakers. And his fist gripped the chrome 4/5. So I dip. Nigga, is you creeping or speaking? He tells me C-Rock just got hit up at the beacon. I opens up the door pitiful. Is he in critical? Retaliation for this one won't be minimal. Cause I'm a criminal. Way before the rap shit. Bust the cat shit. Puff won't even know what happened. If it's done smoothly. Silences on the loose. Stash in the hoopty. My alibi in the cutie. With the booty that done fuck Big Rock. Head spinning reminiscing about my man C-Rock. It's about
Yeah.
Make you try to make me a. Try to make me a punk. Try to make me a punk.
That was low. Talk about
Grown man strength, huh? Okay, now we talking. Black and intelligent, that makes me get target. It's cool. All it really does is makes me work harder at being a better.
I'm just a regular guy. I put my suits in the closet, now the skeletons cry. Don't ever ask the melanin why, cause I don't answer bird niggas. Fly, pelican, fly. I keep the smoke like I'm holding cigars. BMX, I got them flipping over these bars. I see what you did. The whole crowd oohs and ahs, not knowing how bad you hurt and that you smile through the scars. Black man laced it, I'm one with the vibe. I'm on a quest for love and I come with a tribe. The thumb in the drive, and I'm thumbing the ride. On my way to Motor City, yep, I'm
JB Swift, Elwood Smitty, yeah, yo. This the heater that scorch the street up. Put your feet up and turn the beat up. From the mitten, never not smithing. Stop and listen, there's a Swiffin'. All business, reinvented 3 on some other mission. 3 brews and a couple biscuits. Get your mind right before the limelight.
We're up against an institution and establishment. We're up against an institution and establishment. We're up against an institution and establishment.
Big stacks. Nighttime. Let's get it. The vibe out.
To keep us on our knees. If we can only begin to start understanding one another, we'd see that in order to overcome, every brother must be a brother, a brother, a brother, a brother.
What up, Black America? This is Eric. Our legacy and symbol is AU gold carat. A product of God, so I hope that you inherit a lesson in blessing to optimize the minds of adolescents to cherish. My intention is to stabilize and bring organic, vital black businesses. Gravitate to all my sentences and feel the essence of soul to take a grapple and hold to move appendages. Where's all my witnesses? They wanna snitch on the night and blame me as a dope lyricist. I digress back to the benefits of building limitless. Black men and women combined as fundamentalists. I'm on some different ish. I want you vision reform so my brothers can get their vision quick. And you know.
Black Mav. Just a warm up before the podcast. Straight Up Podcast, episode 4. We in here. Shout out to RTO Beats. This is on the Hella Vibes.
But anyway, I hope you enjoyed your birthday. You had a lovely birthday weekend. Just to let you know, I just got in.
Shout out JB Swift. This one is Gloria.
From Minnesota. And so give me a call. Let me know you had a nice time with your family. And let me know.
This is on that Reinvented 3, JB Swift. Go cop that Bandcamp. Don't miss out. Let's get it.
Blackberry sweet, you are poison. Poison, you are so sweet. Good thing there aren't many of you. Happy to range in. You are a vibrant thing. So vibrant. And I just love you. Love you. Sweet kisses, poison. Just can't stomach your love. Sometimes we pay for love. Sometimes we pay for love.
Where is Wallace? Somewhere between skyscrapers and line papers. The rhyme savior ground wild like child labor. Pile haters to the side. File folders of style boulders. With me, you as high as trade loud shoulders. Old men dirty, too conniving and scurvy. Your ass has got the glasses, but still not close to worthy. Abdul Jabbar, I can't stand through your balls. I Abdul Rauf Jabbar's. Leaving rap crews was Abdul the stars. Wobbling, rappers is sweet like peach. Bottle with no nuts and coddling. Hollow men struggle with no guts from swabbling. I know second all of the dark places like goblins. Rules, red juice, fair tunes for the daring. It's time for OGs to rotate, start tearing. Be a parent, be a parent, and be married.
No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section. No second guessing, the cats up in my section.
This international bars of beats fair in each session. Better watch your voice inflection. Riders from the effing. L the INT and gritty all up in my hands. A the lyrics spread like the K of Beyond Drake. Strange enough in the same way, no one believe it what you say. Turn 16 bars to a clinic on how to rip it. You get a free tee plus a string now that you clip shit. Spit it then I zip it. Wind dryer is not a tip jar. And wide body keep a slap like a pimp's car. My tail's ancient as Ishmael, you Ishtar.
100 down to room temperature real fast, man.
Bear witness, I'm a man on this island. Utilize the same premise, chillin' on my wildin'. Diving in my sight with the red dot. Figure 4 leg lock. Cinching in tighter, this your dead stop. Dread Scott filing his appeal with the lead pop. Certified dispensary, you something like a red shot. Feds watch silently, timing up a dead watch.
Right twice a day, heart frozen, but my head's hot. Said the options of survival are assimilated. You demonstrate a false pride, you getting ventilated. These local rappers' food, I fucking dinner plate them. Emulate the imitation with every iteration. Indica, in a center stage, entertaining rage. Considering the reckoning, I reckon you should dig a grave. Black dragon built to let it ride until I hit an ace. Gamble with your life like underbidding out the prison space. Lord George, signature art, the spark is mandatory. Predatory pension, mention me with trending. It's that dog bark, pissing your yard. I'm marking territory. You're watching as the wheel is reinvented with a large art, signature art. Spark is mandatory, predatory pension. Mention me with trending. It's that dog bark, pissing your yard. Mark my territory. You're watching as the wheel is reinvented. I contemplate assertion on a moment's notice. No one's dopest. Only
power to the people, stand up and fight for our God-given rights to they treat us like equals. We on the front line, protesting peaceful, fighting systemic racism and all the evils that come with it. But blacks kill blacks at a higher rate they respond with. Man, listen, we sick and tired of sitting inside of prisons with white people with the same charges, still living on the outside, free as can be. My people tired of getting killed by the hands of the police. Now we right back up on our feet, energized, hope the world open its eyes and see what we can see for like 400 years. 40 acres and a mule doesn't add up to all the blood, sweat, and tears we endure. So we at war plus all fair and level warfare. So
Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke. Biggie smoke for mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer. Motherfuckers say your prayers. Hail Mary, full of grace. Smack the bitch in the face, take her Gucci bag and a North Face off her back. Jab her if she act funny with the money. Oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the papers, the visa, capisha. I'm out like the vapors. Who's the one you call Mr. Macho? The head honcho, with this like Kumacho.
Tell me who I am. Don't waste your time. I'ma be who I be, understand. Don't waste your time. I'm 10 toes sinking in the sand. Don't waste your time. So who are you to tell me who I am? Don't waste your time.
Been there before, so the war numb to it. So when you draw, better know it's on. My word law, my word is born.
Shout out DV Elias Christ. Digger Hurts. Don't waste your time.
On another path. I have experience with different cash. Exotic queens with the realest ass. Exotic green in my secret stash. Nicer than me, please don't make me laugh. Your God degrees don't equate the math. Behead the wicked with a sacred staff. I speak to God all the time. You only call him when you need a pass. You fake hockey, move sloppy. I walked in the spirit of rose from the Anunnakis. You think it's him when I'm really poppy. Devilish grin when I see how the gen sit and watch it.
Who are you to tell me who I am?
Only one.
What's going on? It's 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about that time. It's the Straight Up Podcast, episode number 4, season 1. I got the panel here. Everyone's getting involved. We went ahead and started the pre-mix to the Straight Up Podcast to get everybody in the room, play some music, get some good vibes before we start. You know what I'm saying? Let's meet the panel. Let's meet the panel. Up first, from Jersey, AP. See me hustle. Up next, from the park as well, ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. the Jersey Sun. Let's give it up for Ray. Up next, from Neptune, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Brother Ane.
What's up?
All right. From Neptune as well, ladies and gentlemen. We're using stripper names, but he has his government name on the bottom line ticker. That's fine. I'll call him Cage. And I'm DJ Widebody, also from Jersey as well. This is a Straight Up Podcast, number 4, episode 4, season 1. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone enjoyed the little mix real quick. Here we are.
Y'all don't see me? Can y'all hear me?
Hey, yo, what up, Coop?
We hear you. Everything is good, man.
Introducing my man, Coop, from Asbury.
Yeah, you introduced me, dog.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, I'm not used to you being. I'm sorry, I'm not used to you being here. My bad.
Irrelevant, man. Irrelevant.
Ladies and gentlemen, also on a long hiatus from Asbury as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Kareem Cooper, a.k.a. Coop.
Peace.
Yo, who said he was irrelevant, yo?
What's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Sunday afternoon.
Hey,
it's 2
came
o'clock.
out swinging.
All right. Welcome back, Cooper. How was the trip to Antarctica?
It was all right. It was kind of cold and shit.
All right.
That's how I felt when I
I
had
heard there was no Antarctica, man.
There is no Antarctica.
What's gonna happen to it?
All right. Hey, man, welcome.
No, the earth is flat.
I had to let my dog go, man.
You let your dog go? What?
I had an appointment. That's why I wasn't here last week. I had a 2 o'clock appointment.
Man, I'm sorry you lost your dog,
give
man.
him for adoption, but he good.
Wow. I'm sorry, man. That happened.
What happened to the dog?
They had to give him up for adoption. Because I ain't got no room. You know, I moved.
Oh, you all right, man? You feel all right?
No, man. I'm drinking wine, man. I'm still
Wow. Well,
who is it? Shih Tzu? What kind of dog was it?
I got a Shih Tzu.
No, he was an English bulldog mixed with American bully.
Man.
Big boy.
Well, how long did you have him for?
Shit, I had the dog like 5 years.
Oh, that hurts. He part of the family, man.
He definitely hurt now. He definitely hurt right
man.
now, man.
It's like giving up a kid to a stranger, man. Because you got.
Well, damn, nigga, you don't help. You don't help. Y'all motherfuckers ain't help.
Oh, man, we got to be there to console, man.
Yeah,
he hurt. He really hurt right now. He hurt.
Hey, what was his name? What was his name, bro?
Tank.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it a moment of silence for Tank. He was a good dog.
Stay away from videos because the way some of these people be treating these dogs, you don't want to see your dog on that motherfucker.
Nah, absolutely not.
He just fucking everything, man.
All right. Really quick, let's go over. We had the draft this year as well, as we all know, the 2021 draft. Real quick, I'm going to go from 1 to 10, the first round, and be done with it. All right. So,
for the first time in
hold on for a minute. What's going on here? Sorry about that. So, number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars. They took Trevor Lawrence, QB from Clemson. Round 2nd pick, New York Jets. They took Zach Wilson, QB from BYU. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. They traded up to get Trey Lance, QB from North Dakota State. So they got that QB from North Dakota. That's a good pick. 49ers.
Even an issue for discussion.
What's going on with this thing? All right. Number 4, Atlanta Falcons. They got Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida. Cincinnati Bengals, number 5 pick, Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. Number 6, Miami Dolphins. They got this trade from Philadelphia. They got Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama.
Waddle,
sorry. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama. Number 7, Detroit Lions. Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, Oregon. Number 8, Carolina Panthers. J.C. Horn, cornerback, South Carolina. Number 9, Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain, the second. That's Earl Surtain's son there. Cornerback, Alabama. Number 10, Philadelphia, from the Eagles, from Dallas. They got Devonta Smith, wide receiver from Alabama. Wow, a lot of Alabama cats in the top 10, man. So
that's always.
That's it.
That's
so
the best place to go. That's
Alabama.
the best place to go.
Devontae Smith was the Heisman Trophy winner last year. He was pretty damn good receiver.
Right.
Small though, small guy.
Hey, those are you the ones that got to work hard. I tell you who got the best pick in the steal. The Pittsburgh Steelers down at 24. They got Najee Harris from Alabama. That pick right there is going to really help those guys. I don't think Connor's there anymore. Just to glossing across the draft. So 2021 draft, seven rounds. We'll discuss this later at a later date. Also check out Pick'em coming back in football season, but right now we're at the off season. Want to let you guys know what was going on in the draft. So that's it for the 2021 NFL drafts. So real quick, we all sat down and discussed what we're going to talk about this week. Some real good topics came up. So what I'm going to do real quick, and because I like the way the brother Cage brought this topic up. Cage, in your own words, can you explain to the panel and as well as the audience out there the topic that you would like to talk about?
All right. You know, everybody has a dream, right?
Yeah.
All right, take your time, bro.
Yeah, take your time.
Eating good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, eat your breakfast, man.
Lunch.
This is about where do you go if you haven't accomplished your dreams. Like when you reach a certain age, you reach like around 46 years old and you haven't accomplished anything. Do you change your goals? Or do you stick with the same goals because you just want to pursue those dreams and that's what you always wanted? Or do you want to,
like an example?
An example is, let's say I want to be married, have a big house, nice car, just a American dream.
Yeah.
So, you got to develop shit to get there. At a certain age, you want to start young when you're doing that. But let's say you never reached that. And, it's like you at the age, now you like from 25 years old, now you 46 years old. Do you keep those same goals?
I mean,
46 is a little late, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are the goals again?
I'm just saying anything,
Get a
like
house?
because you can't be a football player no more. You can't do this no more. You can't do none of the stuff that you dreamed to be.
Oh,
So
what's the
where do you
background
go
noise?
from there?
What the hell? Who's that? Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, man. I hear you.
You just basically saying your dream, whatever you want.
I hear what you're talking about.
Now,
So
late.
right, yeah. So you said our
change your
goals.
focus?
Right, when you're like 16, I want to by 30, I want to have a house, I want to have a family, and actually your goal's a little bit different when you're 45. So do you change your goals? I would think you would. Yeah, I would definitely have a second set of goals after the fact because of time and depending.
I mean, depending on what your goals are, man. If your goal is to like, say you want to, I don't know, run your own, say like Oscar De La Hoya, right? He has the Golden Boy Productions or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to be a
good one, right?
A boxing promoter or some shit like that. That's a goal that you keep that goal until you get it. But if your goal is like, I want to graduate from college and become a, I don't know, what do you like a lawyer or some shit, or a doctor or some shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess 46 isn't too late for that, but I mean, you if you haven't started it yet, at that point, it probably wasn't really a goal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Depends on what the goal is.
Yeah, but at the same time,
you really breaking up there?
At a certain age.
Say that again. You broke up. Say that again.
Do you really want to be bonded at?
Wow.
While Pac gets his shit together,
all right.
I feel like if you've been working,
I ain't do nothing.
Yeah, you're breaking up, man. Can't hear you.
Yeah, we're breaking up bad.
That's fine.
If you ain't doing that, man, you're messing with me.
Yeah, if you've been working your ass off for your goals for your whole life, like I said, you want to be that doctor and shit, and you've been going to school, and life getting away or whatever, you get married, have a couple kids or whatever, you know what I mean? You had to postpone certain things, but you're still working towards it. That's a goal. That's, man, you keep that goal, you keep working towards it. You keep going. But it depends on, that's how I look at a goal. Like I look at a goal.
Yeah, this shit bad. I don't know what's
You need
going
to go
on.
to the house or something,
While
man.
we wait.
Yeah.
I think.
Yo, but let me add this to it now. If you trying to be a dad, because we all at least in like 45, we in that age range, right? We all there.
Yeah.
Now, if you still trying to be a rapper at this age, I'm sorry, that's not gonna work.
Hey, what's wrong with that, man?
Yeah, I mean,
they cannot sell you as no old ass rapper. You can try, but they ain't gonna sell you. Now you can write people rhymes. Now you can be a DJ.
I'm not giving up the dream.
I know a few people that are around our age and that are rapping, actually making a living off it.
I'm talking about you trying to be Drake or a real star.
Oh yeah. I don't.
Yeah, you might could do some other shit, but I'm talking about trying to be a
Nah,
star.
you ain't gonna be on TV. You ain't gonna be on TV. You ain't gonna be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You might be rapping. You might be rapping about blue blockers or something on an infomercial. I mean, it pays.
Yeah, you can do shit like that. Yeah.
I think you got to be realistic, man, at a certain age and be. I mean, if you got goals set, you got absolutely at this age, you got to be realistic and if they are attainable. I mean, you don't want to be chasing your tail until you know what I'm saying, 60, 70 years old. So I think as you get older, when we were little, we wanted to be Superman or something that was, outrageous or
it always changes.
And that changes. I mean, you got to be realistic about things. And for me, it's attainable goals. Now, my thing is with people with success, there's different definitions of your own success. Right. People always think, hey, if you're not rich and famous, then that's not successful. I disagree with that. I think success is what your bar is as far as successful. You got.
Well, I think what Pop was saying is more like goals as far as obtaining a house.
Yeah.
Getting locked into one of those 30-year mortgages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna pay that shit off till you die.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True. Pot, you back?
Just think about starting like that. Go ahead, but what you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish, man. It's your bag, man.
I'm saying and I'm not saying this for people who on the right track. I'm talking about people who fell off the track and they starting completely over at 46. Not a person that's still. I'm talking about a person that's clean slate. Everything is just got to be rebuilt and refixed to even get to that point too. I'm not just saying like you already okay. I didn't reach out, but I still got this. I can still get a house. I'm talking about really having bad credit, never having like you just actually like a teenager at 46. Like
Oh. Okay. You're second childhood,
starting from scratch, baby.
All right.
Your second childhood, like Nas song and shit. I get what you're saying. You somebody in their second childhood and shit. That's a little different to me than because that person probably never had any goals. That type of person doesn't have goals. You know what I mean? That person kind of just lives by the, they just go through life and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what kind of person that is, because I can't fathom. I can't understand that type of thinking. So I don't get that type of person.
Let's say you try to do this and you failed here, you failed there, you get down, boom, 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 boom. But it got to the point where now you at that age and you're like, do I still want to go that route?
Yeah.
Like, let's say you had kids with other women, but you failed in that, you failed in this, and you failed in that. All those situations didn't work, and now you're right at the bottom with really nothing. And do you still keep those goals? That's what I'm saying. Or do you change your goal?
You had to learn from that. You got to regroup. You got to regroup, and
regroup at 46 to try to accomplish a long-term goal like that.
I can't speak for everyone on this panel, but I was 10 years ago, man. I was my goals got derailed, and I had to basically start off from scratch. So a lot of people don't take that into consideration when you are young and chasing your goals later on, because life gets in the way. You got to bounce back and build yourself back up, and the struggle and the journey that you went through is what defines who you are standing talking to me right now. So people don't take that into consideration, man. I lost everything, man, everything. I mean, I was at a fight or flight spot. Either I was gonna blow my brains out, or I was gonna get up and brush my pants leg off, and try to have some kind of normalcy in my life, man. But it made me who I am right now, and it also made sure that I'm never gonna ever go back there again. But I'm talking to you as a older man now that has learned from his mistakes, because the mistakes that I made in my 20s kind of had a residual effect on everything. It kind of messed the foundation up. So I had to rebuild the foundation. And I'm not saying I'm nowhere near where I'm now. My bills are paid every month. My family's healthy. I'm a blessed man. But I'm saying that stuff, it takes work, and sometimes things don't go to script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We don't want people blowing their brains out and stuff. But but
I understand what you're saying. And like for me, that recently just happened to me. I'm in the process of that, so I can kind of get it. But for me, it's not a second childhood. It's just shit happen. It knocks you down.
Right.
Now, what you do after that determines what type of man you are.
There you go.
Shit happens. That's life.
There you go.
That's just what it is. Nobody goes through life without any problems.
Right.
Yeah.
It may not be the problem I'm having, but it is a problem. And how you move on from that determines.
Yep. So there's long-term goals,
success, or whatever you think success may be.
Long-term goals are goals like what I said about trying to be a doctor or going. You know what I mean? You going through college. Those are like more the 5 to 10 year goals. And then there's short-term goals, which are, listen, I want to be able to pay my mortgage next month. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. You know, I want to be able to pay the bills and shit that come up, for the next 6 months.
Absolutely.
Those are short-term goals. Your short-term goals are always going to change, yo. Short-term goals are always going to change according to your circumstances. Yeah. Long-term goals are the ones that take more it takes more time, obviously, to achieve them.
It's sacrifice.
Those are the ones that really, if you're referring to the long-term goals, those shouldn't change, because those should be well thought out goals that, hey, long-term, 5-10 years from now, this is what I want to do. And everything you do should be working towards the long-term goals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if anything takes away from that long-term vision, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah,
but period. And those should never change.
Yeah, anything long term is gonna be a lot of sacrifice. So you got to be willing to do that with the long term shit.
You gotta be willing to put in the work to do it, and that should never change. Your long-term goals should never change.
Yeah, they should.
Keep those until you accomplish them. Or until you die.
All right. Okay, but we talk
with
about
that being said, still shit comes into play. Your long term may not be your long term anymore.
True.
It may have to.
Right. All right. We got
to. But it doesn't mean that if you switch up, it doesn't mean that it's not if you change your goals, doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing.
Bottom line is you have to have a goal. You have to work towards something. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
All right. We got a question from the audience. DJ Rec asked, what makes you happy and at peace with yourself?
That's what's most important right there, really.
Question.
Yeah.
Word is bond. That's it right there.
Yeah. You might be the type of person that just like to just be in wilderness and just chill, to be away from people. That's your happiness.
Say Dre.
That's a relative statement. So it's gonna boil down to how that individual sees life.
Right,
straight up.
Answer that question.
But it's relative, but the end goal is the same, is the peace and the happiness.
Yeah.
The end goal is the same for everybody.
Yeah. So the question was, he wanted to know what make him happy?
What makes a man feel he's at peace? What makes him happy?
That part I agree with Dre. That part is defined by each individual person.
Yeah, that's an
I agree with
individual
Dre.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically your like a comfort zone, like somewhere where a balance zone, like, you know what I mean? Like you had a place in your life where, you can pretty much roam freely. That's like freedom and somewhat. Peace and happiness is basically a like more on the same level as freedom, in my opinion.
The state of mind. The state of mind.
It's like being able to do as you please. You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't have
state of mind. How you? Yes, your state of mind can be your peace.
Yeah, because as far as peace, it can be anything. You got some people that just like to go fishing. They at peace when they fish.
Yeah.
And one thing
it's
about
a really
this
abstract concept. Yeah, it's an abstract
But
concept
the
that
real
really
truth,
is
oh, go
it's
ahead.
undefinable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It just
At
depends
the
on
same
you.
time,
Yeah.
the end
But the real
goal,
truth
which is
is,
the peace and happiness, is the same for everybody. That's the
Yeah,
end.
but there's no going
the
to,
end result.
even in saying that, there's still going to be some disruption. There's no
that's what
peace
I'm trying to say. That's what I was about to
that
say.
happens.
That's what I'm about to say, yo.
Continuously
Because it's
happens.
temporary. It's all temporary. Peace
Yeah.
is temporary.
True.
Like everything is a temporary. Just like you get hungry, it's temporary. Like you know, like everything is just temporary. Like you got to find a
I don't
balance in
know.
that.
Peace could be considered by some people to be death. You know what I mean? Like once you resting and shit, that could be
Could
peace
be.
for some
Hey,
people.
it might be something after that. You never know though. Shit, that might is something to
Yeah,
that
I
shit
mean,
too. I'm pretty sure.
right.
You never resting. You ain't never resting, brother.
Yeah, because energy never dies. Energy never dies.
You gonna be real
So that
mad when you
energy,
die. You wake up.
yeah, that
You'll be
energy
real
always has
mad
to
when
go
you
somewhere. That energy always has to go somewhere. Energy never dies.
die.
Where does it go?
Man.
How many of us in this panel have daughters?
I got
I
a
believe
couple
we
of
all
them.
do.
Well, go ahead, Coop.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we
the
all
question I had with that, as far as daughters, I think we all got daughters. What age do you feel like is the appropriate time for them to start dating? And that's a hard one for everybody, I
Man.
know, because this your baby.
Glad
this
you
your
brought
princess.
this up.
So that's
Let's go.
hard. You know what I'm saying? Like where do you go from there?
Dating?
Because I tell you my experience.
What does dating mean? What does dating mean?
I mean, just having a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Does that
Going
mean
out
sexual?
boy, they
going
with
out
every day,
skating,
everything, all of that, the whole nine.
Ah, hell no. I ain't never
That's
going.
but I mean, if they got a boyfriend,
That's a
that's
hard
gonna eventually
question, bro.
happen.
All right.
You just may not see it.
I'm glad. Hey,
but it's gonna happen.
I'm glad he
Something
brought
gonna
this
You
up
ain't gonna
though.
see it. You know what I'm
Something
saying?
definitely gonna happen now. You know.
Yeah, I mean, because
Right.
they're in a relationship now. They becoming young adults, so you know it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh.
But
That's
it's
a
hard.
hard question, brother.
It's hard, man. It's hard for me because like when I say my daughter is she about to be 20.
Damn.
Never had a boyfriend, has no experience with boys, virgin, everything.
Really?
I'm scared that right dude gonna come get in the head. I don't know.
Hey,
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
give it up for Coop for that, dog.
I'm kind of scared
Hey,
with that.
hey, hold on.
You don't have that experience.
Hey, my
So this one
question for
dude.
Coop. Hey,
Go ahead.
hey, Coop. Where did you lock your daughter up at? 20 years out of life.
Well, she went to private. She went to homeschool, and she was being around her mother a lot, man. She
Shout
just
out
never.
to Coop.
Like she getting out now. Like she sell books. This girl made. She told me last Sunday she made $400 on selling her books at the mall.
Jeez.
One day, just in a couple hours.
That's
so she's now getting out there.
I just keep.
I think you got an extraordinary daughter on your hands, man. You know what I mean? Like somebody with extraordinary talent and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like in a regular situation. You know, she may be really special, like has some really special gifts that she can do something with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, my daughter's a regular, not to say she's special to me, but she's just, she's a regular girl out there struggling and shit, just like everybody else.
Right.
I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Don't do that. She's special.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's special to me. You know what I mean?
Nah,
but I mean, she out here in the struggle just like everyone else. Is
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, how old is she?
She's learning
How
how
old
to
is your daughter?
hustle at a young age.
My daughter's 22.
She
Wow.
learning how to
Well,
be
yeah,
self.
so not too much older than mine.
Hey,
She's an adult, definitely now.
I got a 16-year-old.
22, and she's
Right.
entitled just like everybody else. You know what I mean? She comes to daddy for she's expecting me to support her,
Right.
and I'm supporting way more than what I should be supporting already.
Of course.
Yeah, but you the father, man. You gotta expect that. Everybody,
Right.
every kid ain't the same.
I learned.
I'm about ready to marry her off
to
and
be
shit
like
now.
somebody
You know what
else's
I mean?
kid, or
I'm
You said
about ready to marry her off
Yeah.
like Coming to America and shit. You know?
Damn.
Hey, but you feel like I feel like I want to. I know it's wrong, man, but I want to pick her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I feel that way. I want to choose who she.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on them.
Man, I hear.
Well, Pot, you got all daughters, so we need.
Yeah, so what's it?
Man,
So
nigga, you
so
got
what's
all-
the?
how many
all daughters? I
daughters
got
you got,
one,
man?
but you got all daughters.
Damn.
I got 4 daughters.
4 daughters.
So what is the age? I mean, let's answer the question. What's what age are you comfortable with that?
Oh, I
16
wouldn't.
probably.
Like I told him, it's not logical, but I really wouldn't allow any punk to be around my daughter. Honestly.
But you can't control that though. It's gonna happen.
I ain't got
control
no
it.
I feel you, yeah, but you can't control it.
Yeah,
Though.
that's it. Then I just have to deal with it. I'm just saying, I'm
Definitely
giving
can't control
you. It's just like you really can't control those situations. You know what I mean? Like you just basically got to let her be a woman. But at the same time, if it was up to me, like I said, I don't want no young punk around my daughter.
I feel like mine's is.
He just doing that
deal reality.
he just doing that man shit. Yeah, I don't want nobody around my child.
I feel that way too, but I had to come to she's 16, and like I wanted her to choose the right person because I just feel at her age she's not responsible enough to. I can't say that.
Yeah, but they gotta learn through all this experience they're gonna go through. They have to learn. Everything's just like y'all niggas had to go through shit and learn.
You know
they
what?
Gotta go through shit and learn.
It's different.
I know it hurt.
It's different for a girl
your
though.
daughters going through this shit, but they gotta go through the shit and learn. I got two daughters.
Let me say.
I gotta come to
one thing though.
Conclusion. They're gonna be in relationships. They're gonna fuck with fucked up niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me say this though, and this is the speech I used to give my daughter: is that there's some things you can learn, and I can allow her to learn. There's some things I can't allow. You know what I mean?
You just here to guide.
Rule number one.
You here to give her the guidelines.
Yeah.
You're not here to control her.
Right, because then it won't work. She'll rebel.
These are things.
It's worse than
these are situations because this is what problem with especially girls is they always think of the best case scenario. Hey, I like this guy over here, right? I like him. He tells me to come over, whatever. I'm going over there. He's got his boys over there. There's 5 of them. So now I'm by myself in a situation with a guy I like, and there's 5 of his friends over here. What the fuck you think is gonna happen? A female thinks the way they think. Oh well, I like him. He's gonna be nice to me, and he won't let anything happen to me. That's how a female thinks.
Young female.
Oh, okay.
A young female.
Okay.
I can't allow my daughter being in that kind of situation.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Because there's too much shit that can go
now.
wrong in that situation.
So it's just tell her don't put herself in that situation.
Nobody controls that.
I mean, you can't.
Like I said, I got 2 daughters. Nobody controls that. Like I said, we gotta give them. We tell them. We drop the jewels on them. We tell them. What? And they move from that.
Yeah.
But you give them basic rules though. Like I give my daughter
RTO.
a rule. You don't be by yourself. Don't be by yourself, yo. You have a friend with you and learn how to scream.
RTO
Learn
Beats
how to
says
scream loud.
RTO
Scream
Beats
loud, yo, because you cannot overpower a man, yo. You're not gonna be able to overpower a man. But what you can do is make shit uncomfortable when they try to. If you're in a situation, God forbid, if a motherfucker try to do something that you don't want to do, you fucking scream and you let the whole world know. And I taught my daughter how to fucking scream. I like you let the whole world know.
Taught her how to scream.
All right. RTO Beat says in the chat, I don't think there's an age where you're comfortable. You will have to accept, but there's always going to be some kind of anxiety about it. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I agree with Malcolm said
Your daughters, of course.
Right. Give him that game.
Screaming now, right now, like teaching his daughter how to scream. I try to be funny.
He taught her how to scream.
I taught my daughters go for all the soft spots. Eyes, balls, throat.
Oh damn! He told them how to get out the situation.
You gotta teach them though. You gotta give them the guidelines, man.
Right up.
It's savages out here.
Right.
You gotta
savages
teach them
out
how
here.
to defend themselves, how to think, how to be aware. You got to do all that.
I just think
it's savages out here. Right.
From there on, you got to let it go, man.
You know what scares me? Because I know what I was going through in my mind when I was that age. So I already know I was there. Like I know what I was thinking about. You know what I mean?
Look at him a certain way, like, yo, you smiling and you still a young man. You know what I mean?
That's true.
In high school, I was definitely fucking people's daughters.
What I'm saying.
Word up.
But one-on-one though.
We was them niggas.
But
we was them niggas y'all scared of.
Dudes.
We was them niggas y'all scared of.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we all knew grimy dudes that was trying to get girls to do shit with multiple
Absolutely.
guys. And that's the type of shit. That's the shit that scares me. Is the rape shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the type of shit that scares me.
Man.
And that happens.
But it is a reality.
You have to, because it's out there, bro. It goes on. It happens, man. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
a reality.
why you never
Rape my daughter. I'm gonna
come.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna try to kill you.
Exactly. You know what's gonna happen. You already know that's you know what I mean? You don't even have to speak on that on YouTube, but you know where that's going.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's temporary insanity right there. It's temporary insanity.
You know where that's going. Yeah, it don't even have to be spoken.
And in the court of law in this country that will convict me.
Hold up. Is Dre still on here? Because I want to hear him. He got the youngest daughter.
Yeah, Dre, what's up?
Dre, you got the youngest.
My daughter's she's 6.
Yeah, you got a baby.
I miss when they was at her.
Yeah, me too. If I could keep them there forever, I'll keep them forever.
Dre don't even
My daughter's 19 and 15,
Hey, baby,
man.
you still got a baby.
You were saying, Dre?
Pot got a baby. No, Pot got a baby. Pot,
You got a baby, Pot?
I got the youngest. What are you talking about?
What's your
I
youngest?
thought Dre daughter was younger. Might be Pot daughter younger.
Oh, you
Sky,
youngest?
man, she 5.
Damn,
she 5.
bro.
Oh, they same age. Okay.
All
What
right.
now? You said Dre said 6. Yeah.
But
What's your thoughts
keep
on
them there
that, bro?
forever.
What's your thoughts on that, Dre?
Your level of comfort is going to be on the job that you do as a dad. Ultimately, there's nothing you're going to really be able to do to shield them from the world, but just the level of comfort is going to be based on the job that you've done with your daughter. And if you was a bullshit dad, you're going to get bullshit results ultimately.
Yep.
So
I experienced that.
And it's just the level of comfort.
I kind of agree with that. I think this point
because they're all good parents that with kids.
But I got another way that it works.
Well, no, there's crackheads.
Some situations.
There's crackheads
I'm
that
gonna tell
have
you what,
that kids turn out to be 100% great. You know what I mean? It's and you can't say they were good parents. You know what I mean? They just have a kid that makes it upon. I don't like giving credit to the parents. I like the kids taking credit. You know what I mean? If you have a kid that goes and does drugs and fucking murders somebody and shit, you know what I mean? Or is that your fault?
That's not your fault.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Though. I got it for you though. Here's the best way to protect your kids from because we all was young men. Here's the best way to protect your daughter. Now, would you violate? Not saying we try to violate people's daughters or anything like. Let's put it on a better level, but. If you met the father presence or you seen the father's presence on how his presence is, that'll shut a nigga down with trying to do anything. That'll shut a nigga down to do anything when a nigga feel your presence, like, yo, I ain't gonna fuck with that nigga's daughter, yo. You know what I mean? Like, yo, because he knows what's gonna happen if you put one finger on her or anything. He know that nigga right there.
That would be my reasoning.
You got to set the tone as dad. You got to set the tone.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't fuck with somebody with strong presence. As a young kid, the father is a strong looking dude.
You're gonna know.
Right. We
you ain't even trying to have sex.
Let me say this. Let me say this. We would hope that when my daughter would bring somebody home for me to meet instead of sneaking behind my back. You know what I'm saying? So I could be able to meet him and let him know, oh, look, she's loved. He got a daddy here. I'm not playing none of that shit. So I ain't even got to say that to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you know what? That was the next thing I was gonna say. Like, would you tell her, like, hey, bring him here so I could meet him?
You would like to in an ideal situation.
You
my
would like
opinion.
to, I'm thinking, right? Most of us would. Yeah, like bring him here. Or would you
that's the ideal situation.
Right.
I got 19-year-old daughter. My daughter's in college. I'm not meeting everybody she talking to.
Nah, that's a little different.
You're a scary brother, dog. Ain't nobody messing with you.
Yeah, but they never seen me though. So how scary am I if they never seen me?
Plus, are you really gonna like any of these little young niggas anyway? Are you really gonna like any of these?
Nope, because I'm gonna feel like
you're really gonna like any of these niggas.
It all depends. It all depends. She's young right now, so I understand. You know what I mean? If it all depends. I really can't say that right now.
Right.
It all depends. So
I don't like none of when it comes to my daughter.
Young man
I don't like
comes
none
across,
of these
or how he handles himself. I can't say that.
I don't like none of them, bro. I don't like no niggas when it comes to my daughter, man. I don't care what they doing. I don't like them.
I feel like no one's good enough for my daughter, man.
Everybody gonna think
I feel that.
good enough for their child. Yeah.
I just don't like them, bro.
I get it now.
But the reality of it is, it's gonna happen. So it's like,
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna deal with the reality of it.
I'm with what Dre said.
To be with other daughters, do you?
I'm with Dre on that. Hey, I
Either
wouldn't
way,
even be mad.
Either way, what you gonna do? Either way, what you gonna do?
I wouldn't even be mad, man. I don't know what's wrong, man.
Ain't
I would not
do
be mad.
Be mad if she be with a girl. So
I would not be mad at that, dog. I know it's bad, man. I wouldn't, you know. I wouldn't be mad because I know how bad. I know how us men are, man. I know. I just, man, dude.
They just as bad from what I hear.
Shit, chicks out here. These chicks out here. What? These chicks acting like niggas.
They think they do.
Y'all ain't been out here. Y'all ain't been out here. Chicks acting like niggas.
They think they do.
Chicks is acting worse than niggas.
Yeah, they think they do.
And
they
got
are,
the
but
game.
not my daughter, though. You know what I'm saying? Not my daughter. Not
we
doing
talking about the Butch. If they did go that level, the Butch is no joke.
They ain't even gotta be Bush. They ain't gotta be Bush. They could be just straight. Game has changed.
Right,
Man.
the game has definitely changed, man. I remember females are doing the same thing we was doing back, in the 90s, as far as the way we move. So they doing the same thing back to us. They didn't pick the game up. The only thing about a woman is woman gonna keep that shit to herself. She not gonna advertise something. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've been having an affair with him for 10, 15 years. No one knew about it because she kept a lid on it. But they doing the same thing, man. Game has definitely changed, man.
Oh, the game, definitely with cell phones and all that, the game has really changed.
Yeah. When the cell phones came in play, people start getting caught out there. Because before, remember, you know, your phone go off at the wrong time, or Nextel she chirping you or something. I've been there, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying for a young girl. I'm talking about for young kids, man. They can tell when you're not home. They can tell
Social media.
Right. Social media, exactly.
Hey, social media has changed life in general, period.
Right.
And all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Cyber life. The cyber life.
Right. So we're moving along. We talked on that. So real quick, we're going to talk a little bit to Dre about. We're going to do at a later date. We're going to do a whole type of podcast on the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, things of that nature. But we were talking the other day about basically just kind of introducing that to everybody. Before we do that, I just have a question. I know we were discussing this last week about, a lot of us. There's people that vote and think that change can happen, and there's some people that don't vote. I know, Lawrence Howard, you being one of them, that you don't vote. Can you explain to me and the audience why don't you vote if you're comfortable with doing that?
Well, I don't vote, but the main reason started me from not vote from when I was young. Things don't change, man. If you see the world for what it is and see what's going on in the world, you're voting different. I mean, everything's always been masked somewhat to make you believe you were headed one way, but you're still headed the same way. So started seeing things that way, but then I started realizing when you just start seeing stuff how things are being advertised and it's just you see it so clearly of what's actually going on. And this is all my opinion, but I know a registration is giving up your rights. That's what a registration is. You have a right to give, and you're giving up your rights when you sign a registration. You're accepting the terms. You're putting yourself under, how can I say it? It's like you're agreeing to the after effect. You know what I mean? That's why they want everybody to vote, because it don't matter who's running the house. They just need you to sign that registration. So once you sign that registration, you're property. You giving up your rights.
You already property. You just part of the team. You're going along with part of the team.
Yeah, I'm saying you are. You're not really property mentally if you don't want to be. But if you, but if you signing over, but if you signing your rights, that's why I don't sign my rights. I'm not giving up my rights to anybody. Nobody is I'm not gonna agree to anybody's terms, especially if I don't know what the terms ahead of me, what's gonna happen.
Right.
And
hey, I got a question for Dre, actually. Oh, go ahead.
I get what he said, but as long as you got a social security card, you property.
I love my nigga Pride.
Go ahead, man.
Yo, that shit sound like gibberish, yo. I don't know what the fuck you just said.
I knew Malcolm was coming. He like government shit. I knew he was. I was waiting for Malcolm.
Malcolm is the government.
He is the government. I knew he was coming. Go ahead, Malcolm.
No.
Speak, brother.
I'm not no government. I'm not shit like that. I'm saying the question was, why don't you vote? And the answer was, I still don't even know what the answer was. But I'm just saying, if you could sum up why you don't vote to answer the question. You know what I mean? Sum it up quickly. Because to me, when the motherfucker goes on and on and on and on, that's not really an answer. They dancing around the question. Directly answer the question.
Why don't you?
It took too long. It took too long to answer, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I give an example why I don't vote.
Why don't you vote?
I still don't even get what you said. I can't even. Can somebody explain? Can somebody translate what he said?
You don't have to get
I think so you say basically you don't vote because if you don't want to put your name on nothing, register something, right? Because you feel like you're part of that
He feel like he giving up his right. He feel like he giving up his right.
Right.
What the hell is
right
a registration?
What?
A car can't be
Right to
legal
choose,
on a
I don't
road
know.
if it's not registered. If it's registered,
yeah, I
that
don't
means
know.
the car
That's the thing.
and regulations. That's what I'm trying to say. When you have to register something, it has to fit. It puts it in the whole system. If it's not registered, that means it's not the system property. It doesn't fit in the rules. I don't register because I don't want to be put in the rules. That's what a registration is for.
Okay,
now,
I
you
got
don't want to be part of the
but when
team,
you got-
basically.
okay.
You don't want to be part of the team, basically. You
I
don't
get that
agree
part.
with what they saying or
So
doing,
Rick,
so
hold
you
on,
don't want to
hold
be
on,
a part
hold
of that team.
Yo,
I
but
get
if
that
you
part,
break
right?
it down, that's what it is, though. That's all it is. You
But
sign
if you didn't have a social,
I get with
do
you.
you have a social security number? You have a social
I
security
don't
number?
care. I'm just telling you that everybody has a social security. But you vote, you're giving up your
Okay.
rights.
I just
What
wanted
you
to ask
doing?
that question.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
what
saying
a
once
social
you got
security
that,
is. Yeah,
you already
just the
property.
number, really.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
You're already
it's
in
just
what
the
you're
number
trying to
still.
avoid.
I might be on a number as property, but that don't mean I have to abide and listen
He didn't
and
agree
go
to
under
that.
every.
He said he didn't agree to that. Basically, that was pretty
Regardless
much
whether he agreed or disagreed,
Okay.
he's still part of the system, though. He's still part of the system that he's trying to avoid, whether he agreed or disagreed.
I'm not trying
He's
to
still part of
avoid it. I'm just trying to not participate in shit that I know is bullshit. That's all.
You pay taxes?
I'm not gonna vote for a stranger. I'm not gonna vote for somebody I don't know for a party I
Which
know
makes
nothing
sense.
about.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Okay.
On.
So that's different, though, than
Making
what you
excuses
said,
for
though.
presidents
That's
and
different right
everything.
there than
I'm
what you
just
said.
saying, but it's the whole thing involved in it, though. It's like I'm not gonna vote for this stranger, and I'm not gonna vote for this stranger. I'm not gonna tell you what this person does behind doors, like everybody do. Oh, he didn't do this because of that, and she didn't do it because of that, and he said that this is what they're doing. Nigga,
All right.
you're not in
That part I
in
understand.
that party.
What you're saying right now, I understand, bro. You know what I mean? What you said before, though, I didn't get that one, bro.
All right,
But
so we
now
clarified it.
this I can understand.
We clarified it. All right, cool.
So he's just not playing the game, basically.
Right.
He don't want to play the game.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Drake, I just need a question, man. I've always went, and I don't know what this is. So I'm actually asking. Can you explain to us what a sovereign citizen is?
Sovereign. You said sovereign citizen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just another word for slave. But go ahead.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sovereign citizen. In a nutshell, a sovereign citizen is a person who has given up their U.S. citizenship and became, well, let's people in America that were already here in this land prior to Europeans showing up, they're classified as indigenous people of the land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Indians are not, the Indians as we know them are not indigenous to the land. Africans were already here. Now, they got labeled by the people who were showing up as Indians. The original people that were here were people of color.
Uh-huh.
Long story short, the government that we have today is a corporation. America is a corporation. It's a business. And if you go into a grocery store, everything that's sitting on the shelf has a barcode on it. And everything that has the barcode on it is property of the corporation, whether that be Walmart, ShopRite, whatever. When you look at America, citizens like us, like we was all discussing social security cards and license and things of such, we're all classified as product of the corporation.
Right.
So when you become a sovereign citizen, you dissolve your contract with the corporation and you become an entity outside of the corporation. Thus, they don't have jurisdiction over you, as you kind of like Native Americans that they have on reservations. They're sovereign because they have their own nation, their own land, their own government. So they're sovereign when it comes to stepping outside of that jurisdiction. So anything that they do, now if they come on American soil and violate American law, they subjected to persecution. But at the same time, they still got to get with the nation that they're a part of and kind of iron out how that whole situation is.
Uh-huh.
And my son's, not my son's, my brother's, he got a son with a chick that's Native American. And long story short,
they have their own laws on their land and stuff. Yeah, they have their own police, all that shit on their own land. Yeah,
it was going through a custody battle with my nephew.
Uh-huh.
And what she did in a nutshell, she had custody first, then they gave custody to my brother. He had him for a while.
Uh-huh.
allowed her to have joint custody with my brother. When she got the little boy back, she disappeared. And what she did was she basically dissolved herself over into her nation. And the government, the U.S. government, does not have jurisdiction to go over there for the boy.
Wow.
Right.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Foreign country. So sovereign citizens are people who, for one, you can be sovereign as an individual. And you also have people who are part of nations that are sovereign, which is more beneficial for the simple fact that if anything go down, you need your nation to step up to justify, hey, he belongs to us and we'll take care of whatever this person has violated. The problem is it's a lot of complex work, but a lot of people go before the courts and try to do the sovereign thing and jam themselves up and get kind of jammed up. You know?
How could you jam yourself up by doing that?
Because for one, to dissolve your citizenship, you have to submit paperwork to like the United Nations. It gets real fun. And you can't go in there sideways.
Right. Okay. But
it sounds good and it offers a lot of benefit, but a lot of people are not really ready to live outside of their big parent as the United States because they love the benefits and they love the comfort zone.
I got you. I was asking because I see that a lot when, especially I watch, a lot of videos where the cops try to, get somebody to want to search a car or, or give them a ticket and they don't have registration or something on their car or nothing. So I'm like, I'm a sovereign citizen.
Sovereign, yeah.
Right.
Contract.
So that's dope, man.
All the contracts, you don't need a license technically to drive your car. License is used for commerce if you're doing business. All this shit's on paper. It's legit. It's just that as long as you don't know what the hell is going on, then you're subjected to whatever they're going to put on you.
Right. Right. Word. Straight up.
I was going to tell Pot that because Pot said it was slave, but he didn't hear the sovereign part. He said citizen.
Well, listen.
No.
Yeah,
sovereign is different. Yeah, citizen, but not sovereign citizen.
It's an elegant,
one of the dopest channels right now to check out with a lot of dope information. Just dealing with the police alone. There's a dude on YouTube called Real Nagas.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Y'all need to look him up. He's dope.
Okay.
There's a lot of police have to follow more laws when they pull somebody over than we do. We just don't know what their laws are.
Right.
And as long as we don't know what they are, we can't even hold them accountable.
Straight up.
Yeah, exactly. We just treat them like they're the fucking master.
There's a bond. There's actually a bond that you can take out on a police officer if they violate your rights. And they can't even work the next day. You shut their whole shit down. But you don't know that.
Right. And they ain't trying to advertise that shit either.
But nah,
dude, you need to put that in the link with whatever that channel.
There are people out there fighting a good fight, bro.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like DUI checkpoints. They have to tell you if they're having a DUI checkpoints. You can call the police station. They have to tell you.
Yeah, now I know they definitely got to report those. I know that.
They have to tell you.
They got to make those known.
Right. I just think,
but most people don't.
And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to show anything but your license at a DUI registration, at a DUI checkpoint. Show them your license and shit. You don't have to answer any questions. You don't have to say anything.
Exactly, that's true.
I think the knowing is half because I feel like we need to have more of a stance on. I just watch a lot of videos when these police officers they don't seem like they don't understand what their job actually is, it just gets under my skin. So like Dre said, to know is to know though. The more you know about that, and I definitely need to. I'm making my business to be more educated on that if I can. As far as because
the problem with that is you go to a DUI checkpoint with our black ass, right? I don't want to answer any questions, right? I don't even roll down the window. I hold my driver's license. Now I've seen videos to this effect where people will hold up their driver's license to the window, and that's it. I refuse. I will not answer any questions.
Shit.
Sorry.
I've seen them do that, and they go further. Be trying to harass
and the cops will sit there forever. They'll hold you, and the dude will just be like, "Am I free to go? It's a free country. Am I free to go, or am I being detained?"
Right.
That's the only thing I want to know. I have nothing else to say to you. And the cops will be like, well, if you're not going to talk, then we're going to detain you and shit.
Right.
And it's against the law. And the dude will say, I do not wish to be detained. I wish to go on about my way. And You know, the cops will detain them. The cops will arrest them and shit. But they'll win.
I got a question.
They'll
about
win.
That.
But I'm just saying, as a citizen, I don't want to go through all that shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather just answer the cops' question and be able to go on about my way, even though I know it's wrong. And that's how they get most people. They cooperate even though we know it's wrong, because I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to sit there and go through the whole thing and go down to the police station and then have their sergeant or whoever's in charge inform them that I don't have to say shit or even get a lawyer and counter.
I've done that though. I filed complaints.
Yeah,
man,
and it's your right to, and you can win that shit.
You ever
What
see
was the outcome of the
record
complaints
everything?
you filed?
Nothing.
What was the outcome?
Nothing.
Nothing. It didn't work for you.
Put it on file.
That's it. It's on file.
I've seen.
And I don't even know if they put it on file. Some shit they told me.
Right.
Yeah. So
they're gonna take care of their own. Go ahead, Dre.
Knowing the legal jargon when these people pull you over can kind of steer the situation in a different direction because they know who the fuck they dealing with.
Yep.
So as soon as you
not always gonna save you though.
Anything about reasonable suspicion, or you talk like you know what the hell you're talking about, and they know you know what you're talking about, situation's gonna go a little different. Now, people say, well, I complied and they still did what they did, shot me or did whatever. The bottom line is you're gonna have some officers out here just don't give a fuck. And at that point, you gotta look at the
power tripping.
You know, certain shit is gonna happen to you because that's a part of your destiny. That shit's going down exactly like you did everything by the book, and that's how it's going down. You can't stop that shit. You know,
I want to know, because I've never seen the outcome after, you know, I see a cop rip somebody out the driver's seat for nothing.
They don't show the whole thing.
Or he tells he has a weapon on him. I seen a guy that had a weapon on him. He had all the paperwork, and they ripped him out the car. I wonder what are the consequences that these officers face when they do violate someone's rights. You know, what are the penalties? You know, these people suing the townships, or you know, are they taking them for money or getting these people fired?
Yeah, any lawsuit like that, we pay for that shit. You know what I mean? The citizens of that state or that city pay for it. You know what I mean? That jurisdiction there's not really many consequences for a police officer unless they're like blatantly, you know,
because I say that,
and even blatant circumstances don't have consequences sometimes that we all see. You know
I say that because I feel like obviously it's not enough done, because it should be a deterrent for a cop to make sure he's doing his job correctly. And you should be seeing less people getting ripped out their car because the consequences are so severe. And they notice, because you know we would heard about it, but I don't really see the outcome of a lot of these situations. So cops.
You're thinking about the situation. Well, look at it like this. Your enemy only understands two languages. That's money and that's violence. Bottom line is, when you're dealing with police officers, and this is what they're trying to work on now, but I don't think Joe Biden's really going to kind of pass that shit, where you're taking the immunity away from the police officers, where you can sue them directly. Because like Malcolm just said, taxpayers are footing the bill for all this bullshit they doing. Ultimately, we paying millions of dollars for all the shit they doing.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you can fuck with their money and fuck with them directly with money, then you'll see that change. Or the extreme end is niggas just get bouted out here and it's like, fuck it. You know,
Niggas scared. Niggas is scared.
Don't think twice. But this is where we at. We got two options. That's it.
I believe I hear you with the two options, but I think one is an obvious better option. One is definitely
it's a better option.
The violent option ain't gonna win.
Hey,
bro,
how did America get built? How did all these empires get built?
Violence, nigga.
Yep.
Control. Violence.
You got to be all in on. You can't have it. You can't have it. You got to be all in on that, bro.
All in.
He's right.
And black motherfuckers ain't all in on.
Gotta have the resources. Gotta have the resources. All that.
Right. If you.
Yep. And black motherfuckers don't have the resources, and they not all in on that violent option, bro.
Exactly. So you gotta
not enough to make a difference.
Niggas scared.
So you're gonna have black people as well as some white people and everybody involved.
It's getting to that point though. It's getting there though. You are getting. That's why they trying to feed that racism shit because it is getting there where everybody is fighting together to a certain extent. People want to fight together, so it is getting there.
Yeah, the racism make us more split. What I'm thinking.
I said that's why they're influencing racism because of those factors where everybody is getting together, where everybody, you know what I mean? So they're trying to re-separate the shit, you know what I mean? So they're trying
as far as race,
this country was founded on a racist ideology.
Yeah.
It was founded on that. That's not going to change, bro. That's going to take.
We in a different house.
Yeah, I don't
Thomas
see racism
Jefferson
changing though.
Thomas Jefferson, who was the third president of the United States, said he believes it would take 10,000 years for white people and black people to look at each other as equals in the United States. It would take 10,000 years. That was the third president of the United States said that. That's a man who raped his slaves and had kids with his slaves.
And going by none of his words.
All I'm saying is
that's the way he feels. It would take white people 10,000 years to look at black people.
Million years. It take a million years.
More than 10,000. Yeah, man. As long as it's a difference, it's always gonna be that, man. As long as we see each other different, we got different colors, different sizes. As long as you see that, it's always gonna be that way, man.
I don't.
We got racism within racism.
Go ahead, Dre.
Okay, well, let me hear what you got to say about that.
Dre. I would agree with that. I think looking at it from a very personal lens, like we only can really see a lot of this shit from our life perspective. Here's the thing, man. There's things that are bigger than us that are always in effect, and universal laws change. Nothing stays the same. So regardless if we can see it or taste it or smell it, it's happening. Here's the thing about Europeans. They're not going to
happen in my lifetime.
They're not. It may not, but you're going to see the effects of it. Here's the thing, and we're going to go off the rails a little bit, but
let's go.
You look at biology. They're not genetically designed to be a part of this natural reality for a long period of time. That's just the way it is because they weren't a part of this natural reality in the beginning. That's some homework that you have to do for yourself to come to that reality. I'm not here to give anybody truth because truth is relative. You take information and you take that information and you got to prove to yourself or justify to yourself if it's true or not. Another person can't give you the truth. That's the realization you have to come to on your own. But Europeans were not a part of original creation, and they're not going to be in the full circle. And as we get closer to the full circle, they're going to be they're already calculated for extinction. This is why Bill Gates is doing what he's doing. This is why they consistently have birth control programs. This is why they consistently want to block out the sun. It takes a long time, but we can't gauge life based on let's say you here for 80 years. That's nothing compared to how long.
But do you think it's gonna happen in your
gotta
kids'
live
time?
in this though.
Or your kids' time. You
gotta live in
this.
this.
A lot of time.
I think we're going to. Well, we're seeing it now. Bits and
pieces. I agree on that.
We're seeing it now.
Well, we had a black president, so yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, but he was half white.
Now, but
he would never be black.
Jesse
white, Jackson would never win that shit.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, I mean, because
exactly.
I'm not always black. Yeah,
but
that black president shit is bullshit.
Yeah, as we move deeper into the sun cycle, the planet is gonna heat up, and there's a lot of things that's just marked for to get on up out of here.
They can't take the sun. I do know that much. So.
There's a book by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing when she talks about genetic annihilation.
That's why they got to blend in.
This is why they're mixing seeds heavily.
Definitely.
They got to survive. Their birth rate is down. This is the type of shit they don't talk about. But the bottom line is they're fighting for survival.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I agree with you.
We are responding.
There's something to that.
But the bottom line is.
But what's inarguable though is that okay, you know, you can make that point, and I agree with a lot of your points. But what's not able to be argued is that this country was founded on a racist ideology, and that we have experienced that since the beginning, and all the way up until today. And we're going to continue to experience this. Our kids will experience it. You know what I'm saying? So that's inarguable. Is it going to end? I believe everything you said. Is it going to end sometime?
Yeah, eventually it will. I definitely agree with that.
Hell no, it ain't gonna end.
Hey, do you think I always think, hey, the blending of the races, I think that's the biggest thing they're afraid of. And as time goes on, it's gonna be they ain't gonna have enough to even stand
blending
on.
of the races is a double-edged sword, because at one aspect they're looking at that as genetic survival, but the other thing, it cancels out their gene pool.
Yeah.
Once you mix, and let's just say that offspring goes and mixes with a melanated person, that cancels out their gene pool. It doesn't continue after that.
Yep.
The only way to get it back is to go back and procreate with a non-melanated individual and continue that process. But they're not doing that. It's fashionable now to be with somebody of dominant melanin.
And
in 100 years, white people will be the minority in this country.
True.
Maybe a little longer than that or something like that. But yeah, it basically is.
And they will have so much technology. They will have so much technology that they're trying to assimilate into society to help them survive. It's going to be ridiculous, scary, just so to speak, because they're fighting for survival. And the reason why I interjected the thing about racism and how it's going to die out is because we constantly have the conversation about how we are in a very pickily fucked up situation, which is true. We're dealing with reality, but the bottom line is, when you have a macrocosmic view of life, you can also see how things are moving in your favor, because ultimately we win. People of color win in the end of this process.
Yeah, for sure.
It is.
For sure. I'm definitely with that.
Our kids might not even be here to see it.
Right.
We win. That's just the way.
I definitely believe that.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
And that's something that we also have to instill in our children, to let them know that maybe not in your lifetime, but we are going to be okay. And keep in mind, we was here when Europeans weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't around.
Right.
We had to fall from grace to be in this fucked up situation, only to make our way back to where we need to be.
Right up.
The thing that's great about America to me is that you can be black and you can win.
America.
You know what I mean? If you do what you need to do in life, you'll succeed in America, regardless of what color you are. You know what I mean? We had a black president. We got a black, half a black president. We had a half a black white president. Half a black vice president. You know what I'm saying? If you bust your ass and do things, you can win.
Okay.
That's the thing that's not the same in other countries that's here in America. If you got one idea, you capitalize off that idea, you could become rich beyond all your, whatever you could imagine.
Every time you fall, you got to pick yourself up.
You have to put in the work to do it. But if you put in that work, you can be successful here.
You can.
Straight up.
That's, what other country, or can that happen? And
what is success, though? What is success?
It does happen.
Success, definition of success is the opposite of failure.
Contribute.
That's the only sufficient definition of success. It's the opposite of failure.
That's true.
What is really failure compared to fabricated success? Because
failure is not achieving
really
your goals.
Failure
is only one definition for failure. Is not achieving your goals. Success means different things to different people. That's why I say the true definition of success is the opposite of failing.
Okay.
So if you fail, that means you fail to achieve your goals. But if you succeed, that means you.
But really even important universe. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes failure can mean maybe even something bigger than that, because because you can fail on different levels. There's different levels to both sides. Because success to me is fabricated, man. That's all bullshit and glory.
No, it's individual.
It depends on what you think success is.
What
success,
you deem it as.
Success could be just having a kid. Just having a kid. If you have a kid, you're successful in doing that.
Yeah.
That's why I say success is the opposite of failure.
God is talking about the American shit, what they see as success. That's what the fuck.
Ain't worried about their level of
success. You ain't talking about just success individually.
Consider success. Don't worry about what somebody else considers success, bro. That's a self-determined.
That's the whole point.
That is true too. That is true.
That's the whole
I don't
point.
even care anyway. I'm just giving my point. I don't care about people's success, to be honest. I don't care about people's failure. I just want to grow and be strong. And I know I'm gonna tell you my true goal. I'm gonna tell you my true goals. And I'm about to say something crazy. Y'all know I always got crazy shit in my pocket.
Let's go.
I'm gonna live for a long fucking time, bro. I'm gonna live for like 600-700, damn near longer than that, bro. Because I'm really living up to it. I said that when I was a kid. I ain't aged not one bit, bro. I'm still a dog.
Not in the physical you in now. Not in
the physical that is regenerating. My physical
That's
regenerating.
subjective. Very subjective, RTO. Very subjective.
Your body is a regenerated self, bro. It's how you think. Your mind and your body is your mind. I don't care what nobody say, in my opinion. Your body is your mind. Your mind and body ain't no different from each other. They're the same thing. Your mind is, your body's a manifestation of your mind. It's whatever your mind can bring or collaborate in that little place, your body can manifest it. You just gotta believe it. Know how to put the math together to make it, put it on that.
Oh man,
it's complicated
4G
math
in this
here.
motherfucker.
I gotta kind of disagree on that.
Yeah,
I disagree with you.
I'm a living proof to myself of what I do. So
And
I
you
mean,
know what?
I
If
don't.
that's your reality, I ain't even here to knock it because to you that's real. That's real.
But I
You know what helps though for me personally.
You manifest your thoughts, man. Manifest your thoughts, man.
You should.
But that
you should.
To me, that's
but does it really
to me
happen?
though. That's too abstract. You know what I mean? Like when I set goals, I set goals like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. That's one of my goals, right? To me, that's a goal. That's a specific goal that I can, you know what I mean, set certain standards to. So by next year, say by 2022, I want to have $250,000. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in all assets or whatever. You know what I mean? So this is a goal that I could take actual steps to as opposed to an abstract goal, which is I want to, you know, live forever or whatever. You know what I mean? It's kind of abstract. Like, how do you?
Wait, hold up. What makes mine the other? No, mine is more accomplishable than yours, to be honest with you, if you really deep about it. Because I'm the self-generate. This is self-acknowledgement. This is not reaching goals to somebody else's standards. Because
It's
money
not
and everything
tangible, is
else
what I'm saying.
is systematic.
Tangibly, I can
No,
sit there
it
and I
ain't
can put my
just-
assets
you gotta
together
see
and
the
say,
time.
So Pot, you say you're gonna be in this body for 700 years?
Yeah, I heard 700.
What my mind tells me, even longer, honestly. But I'm just trying to be the normal individual. But really, honestly, I don't see death. So I'm just giving maybe an understanding to y'all. I really see beyond that, man. I always have.
But we
So it's
never
like-
do until it happened, though. We never do.
Yeah, but no, hold up.
Not the
No,
body.
it depends
Like,
on your
what type
mindset.
of death are you talking about, though? I can see the
I'm
body
talking
you in now
about
gonna eventually have to
Your body
have to
regenerates
end.
every day.
You're gonna have the exit.
nigga, anybody could
Why? We ain't ready to ride like
anybody
it
could
an
bump
hour
into a
up.
bullet.
Why? We ain't ready.
You're gonna outgrow the body you in now and move on to another level.
Yeah, you're gonna exit that vehicle that you're in right now, brother.
Yeah.
Anybody
Body is
could bump into a
vessel,
bullet.
yo. The vessel's gonna die. The vessel's gonna
Anybody
die.
can be knocked off at any kind of. I'm just saying, if you are aware, your chances of getting to your goals are very possible.
That
Because
body's
the
gonna
body
go. You wake up
regenerates.
hurt. You wake up sore when you lift weights. It's gonna go.
You could bump into a bullet walking your dog.
Generates.
You know what I'm saying? But still, that's not a tangible goal.
You can lose your goals that way too by running into a bullet. It's the same path. All I'm saying is the
But it's
body
still you
regenerates.
missing what I'm
but
saying.
mind has to be on that level.
You missing
The
what I'm
mind
saying
has
as
to
in
be
terms of
right with
tangible
the
and
mind.
intangible. You know
But
what I
some
mean? A
things aren't
tangible goal is
tangible.
something I
and
can touch.
A starfish regenerates.
All right,
It's a
If
specific
you
goal
regenerate, that
that
goes
you can
above the
attain.
universal level. Regeneration is a universal level, bro.
Well, let me ask you this:
It's just
what,
that your mind.
what
They
do you?
eventually die, though.
What makes you? Do you have something? Do you have something that the
Starfish
next man doesn't
eventually die.
have to make you be able to regenerate and live for 700 years?
To me, that's not a
Different is
goal.
where you apply mind.
The ego personality.
It's where you set your mind. Where you set your goals at in your mind.
Yeah.
It
See,
might be his
everybody has a
goal.
goal.
His goal.
Thing
You
about
know
the
what I
To
mean?
me, that's not a
Like,
goal though.
okay.
It might be his though. You gotta look at it.
Ego.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
his goal.
I am knocking. I'm not
I
knocking
got
it.
different definitions of a
I've got
goal.
questions.
You know what I mean?
Another
Like,
thing right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not knocking it. We're
His
gonna
goal
go.
might be to live
Supreme
forever,
goal,
yo.
bro.
That's his goal.
We're gonna go
It's
ahead
a
and
supreme goal.
we're a little bit over
It's a
time here,
supreme
guys.
goal.
We're going to go ahead and close this show up here. Straight Up Podcast, episode number 4. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out on the chat. RTO Beats, DJ Rec, and all those listening. You can also check this playback back on Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts as well. We're going to go cover the cryptocurrency next week. We'll get more in depth. We'll lead off with that. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. This episode of Straight Up Podcast is brought to you by Pop Pop's Woodshop. Pop Pop's Woodshop, specializing in custom woodworking, coffee tables, china cabinets. They do it all. They're also dedicated to providing you with top quality work at the utmost professionalism. Call them today, 1-800-286-5233. Give them the code PICK, P-I-C-K. That's 1-800-286-5233. Use the code PICK, P-I-C-K. Shout out to Dwayne over there at Popeye's Woodshop. He was able to build me some record cabinets and also the studio desk that I have my gear on. Real great work. Doesn't use any screws, all glue. Great stain jobs. You won't be disappointed. He also will ship as well. So give him a call today, man. Tell him Tell him Straight Up Podcast sent you. Use the code PICK. I'd like to thank the panel, Brother Ani, Lawrence Howard, aka Cage, Ricks, See Me Hustle, Kareem Cooper. I want to shout out to y'all. We'll see you guys next week out there on the chat. Please check us out. Go over and support, man. Right now, this is we're gonna listen to our comrade See Me Hustle. Are we gonna do that? Yes, we're gonna do that. Hold on, let me get this on. Here we go.
Oh yeah, let me get the outro.
I would be talking to ancestors, dog.
Here we go.
See Me Hustle.
This is the intro for the committee.
Look out for that. Look out for that project. In moderation, coming soon.
Yeah, for sure.
That smooth motherfucker.
Peace.
Cool motherfucker. Smooth motherfucker. Pimpin'. Move motherfucker. Ooh, how I love them bitches. Usually, I'm dropping jewels for you niggas. Bruise your mind with scriptures. Smooth, relentless. I'm relentless. You motherfuckers lose with your useless penmanship. I cruise on them. Flow starts to blend with ships, oceans, waterfalls, endless mental gifts. And here's a present, motherfucker. Merry Christmas.
Got that
That's how I
wordplay.
do, motherfucker. Yep. So screw you, motherfuckers. You damn loser, motherfuckers. Yo, niggas. New Jerusalem, nigga. School of motherfucker. Classes in session. Yep. And yo, Smooth's the instructor. Shit, somebody gotta school these young brothers. First things first, you gotta learn the rules to be a hustler. And I spit, but y'all motherfuckers suck. Y'all suck. And your girl wallow, nigga, tell her pop up. Let my man hop in, call it double Dutch. After nut, bitch, peace, please keep in touch. And I'm out. You tied down with her, locked up, he's in cuffs. Talking about he's a player, nigga, please just shush. I microwave them young boys, I heat them up. Heat them up. They just appetizers. Watch me eat them up. Ain't seen enough. It's the committee's most potent vocalist. Most quoted flow of the brokest niggas. I'm like welfare. I give you niggas flow assistance. Smoke the piff, watch us go the distance.
Okay.
Peace.